Wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Today's the day could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdiction, isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting for you to ask an important question. Would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous, yes. Flatter him. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. With the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Is he talking about you? This is happening quickly, even though I asked him out and tried to kiss him 4 times. It's whatever. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been?
I was...
Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you, and I got worried that something bad had happened. But now it turns out you're fine. You may not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I kind of spent the night.
You what?
Nothing happened. Emotional connection. Wowzers. I had some pretty good chicken. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, that's great. I'll order you one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please.
Why don't you pick out someone your own size and not 5?
Because I'm literally the biggest person in the school.
And that there is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You got some nerve. Suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
What? You're twisting my words and I just won't have it. You clench your fists, but the injury from yesterday's mixer incident makes you wince in the pain.
Doesn't look like you could go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up, ever. Don't. Is everyone excited for the final day of school, Chef-Ree? How's that hand feeling?
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? Ew.
Maybe you can tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine food. I'll see you inside, Chef. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out a spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Wow, that's the book! It looks like bad news.
It would appear that's some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
Grimoire? It's like a book of spells?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here, and it says it'll erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I script Colonel Sanders, it helped me focus better in the upcoming final exam.
That's way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic?
Desperate times call from desperate measures. Why? Why would I? Why? You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and you're a pretty good excuse to try it out. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. Almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles interrupted by whirs and whisks coming from the back of the room.
I told you, save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J&J forever. Watch us from a triangle in midair and we'll descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date.
Clank bursts out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay? Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam.
Hey, Miriam, you good, bro?
How could he embarrass me in front of class like that, in front of everyone?
I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need him. Me and you, we're gonna cruise to the final test and hit the carpool lane to the Success City.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Of course not. I mean, okay, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for the both of us and whoever we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else that you meet today or tomorrow or this whole year, so what? You're a special person that shouldn't need to settle for the first person who shows interest. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of the final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. As planned, you begin to run through the quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Chef Ree's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months and making this dish come second nature to you, you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Chef Ree, what are you doing here? There's still time left before the final exam. Oh, I'm just taking it in. I'm big into visualizing success. So I'm looking at my station, picture victory. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off. I don't want it burning. Okay, fine, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards, and my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made from a heaping helping of TLC. And it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted, and someone's love country cooking, and I can eat this all day. Sprinkles lay down the ground rule.
There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You decide that the mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Alicia are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room started at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food.
Egg wash.
Best friend Baster Blaster.
Let's rock and roll.
Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets on it. Clamp down, pressure point, chicken cooking technique. Wait, did he just speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him to the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book of your own and you're desperate not to let her win over another battle. I'm going to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Chef Ree. Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Chef Ree.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? And if you're here cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's a secret ingredient.
Oh no. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards, and watering noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling into the dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, this pork monster.
Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko?
Where's pork monsters are many, I think Borgo had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing okay. But hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind?
Never mind. I'll see you later. Good luck.
Having suffered a huge setback, you don't know how to... You give up and jump out of culinary school? I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Oh yes, ReeReeRitzu. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. How have you been summoning immediately fades to black? My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. I've been watching you for today and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. I'm here to help. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What happened to you? What about the rules? Following the rules have never been my thing. I follow my heart. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations have been surprising effects that surpass their individual effort. If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, Clang. From off screen, you hear a pure innocent giggle that you can only come from one student. It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there, now. Let me guess, did Van Dan have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear his signature whirl beep and other onomatopoeias, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, its time has finally come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward.
I've made tender udon noodles and a savory soup.
My word, that's so delicate. In a very teeny tiny Naruto-maki, I spy a float of this itsy-bitsy bowl. A+. Rarely I taste a dish with so much love poured in as it is yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives a huge hug.
Thank you, Chef Ree, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up next. Now describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard and an axiom urchin shell topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin?
Yes, sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand.
I can't eat this. It ain't poking my tongue. Disqualify.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have ever thought that serving a food in a bowl made of needles would be difficult to eat? Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it.
Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue.
Next student, Ashley. It's time to start up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight with the light rosewater syrup topped with a French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be on display. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something? I told you it's a display piece.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-up cuisine if it cooked you. You and Colonel Sanders are the final cooks step up together.
2 chefs?
What begins as a nice bowl of mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, Simpson eyeing the bowl. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blows me away in my 49 dog years of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. What? You pass and you pass and you pass and you pass.
Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend the reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders made a new menu item. Now that the school year is completed, everyone is graduating, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog in the house. Ow, ow, ow.
You know that Sprinkles is a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says he can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van, and Ashley. Oh my gosh, their outfits are so cute. Tell everyone that they've committed themselves to the righting their wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No ghosts allowed at graduations, clearly written in the school bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to see if you could finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together, is the spork monster. He totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone to refer me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up in talking to spork. No, sorry. The Party Monster. Dejected student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found a love in her cooking. You know what else? She's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiered. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking on the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to compete in the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, I get it now.
And we get a new wing in the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such.
The music at the dance was interrupted by the sound of sparkling electric hissing. It's Clank who had arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from faraway planet in another dimension. Wait, what? What?
Actually, I feel like I knew it the whole time.
Now that I've earned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn of who I am, and this isn't really the time to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank.
I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Oh my gosh! Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's not the end. Chef Shaffery, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Hint, nudge. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, spicy musk, a tiny goatee, a degree from the University of the Cooking School Academy of Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off and be so glad to spend it together with you, Chef. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops it in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I need to go do by myself. But who would you have run your restaurant? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time in the school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing it with another? I suppose I could enroll in pastry school. Oh, my dear chef. I'm sure you'll be able to find your place eventually. Along the way, you'll have me by your side. I screwed up. Where did I even screw up? Well, anyway, that was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, finger looking good dating sim.
What, Miriam, will you be my lady king?
What incredible turn of events to offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You gotta be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not really sure he even knows, but either way, crowns and glory, baby.
I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Now at least, and I got so much more to do with my life.
Twist on that twist.
So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously scoped and then watch it get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie.
The music at the end of the dance was interrupted. You're saying, me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dreams have changed. I'm not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders. For real end? Wow, that was a life-changing 3 days. Overwhelmed by everything that's just happened between you and Colonel Sanders, you step outside to get some air. The quad is dark and quiet. Too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potatoey, gravy, and then Smork Monster appears.
Hi, Jeffrey. You had some pretty sweet dance moves back there.
Well, thanks. You weren't too shabby yourself. That moonwalk you did was pretty cool.
Oh, you noticed? I'm embarrassed. Anyway, I had something to ask you. You see, life as a potato-like creature is difficult. I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you, like, permanently. I'll run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. What do you say?
Yes, we're going to adopt the Spork monster.
My hero will be forever in your debt.
The end, seriously though. But it really is this time. So that was the actual ending.